What's going on? It's the boy Drew. It's your boy Suds back at y'all for another week. It is the Nickel and Dime Show, baby. Let's go.
Sudsy.
What up?
It's that time.
Yes, sir.
Week one's upon us.
What a time to be alive, sir. What a time to be alive. I love it.
How you feeling about it, man? You excited? Man. Is it like Christmas Eve? Like what you feeling? Talk to me.
I'm really just trying to make sure that we have it feels a little bit surreal, man. Like I'm not gonna lie. It feels very surreal with all that's went on this year. That we actually will get something that we all want, man. Like, you know?
Right. It's one of those things that I'm scared they're going to take it away at any moment.
I know. Like, they, like, almost is like something that we shouldn't have, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like, this is going too good for 2020.
Right. It's part of course for all the other crap that has happened. And it's just like, okay, we can get this one thing. We just got to make it to Thursday night, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Like, please just let me have this.
I know.
2020 is football.
And like
right,
just in 16 weeks of it, man. Let me have 16 plus playoffs plus just all the trimmings. I want all the dressings. Please. You know what I mean?
That's all I need. Like I will be a happy boy.
Very happy boy.
Just let me have
Very
football.
happy boy, man. We got this week, man. I love your housekeeping notes, man. It's just like it's a nice up to date thing. Housekeeping.
Well, yeah, let's get into it, man. You got another guy. Well, you know we love talking about people getting paid on this show. Another one of the guys got paid, Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
4-year extension worth $160 million.
Finally. I was wondering if the Patrick Mahomes deal was going to kind of sway his, like if he was going to go back to the table and like I want something similar to what Patty got or whatever it was. But honestly, like I don't know how the Pat Mahomes deal is going to play out with the whole 10-year situation. So good for Deshaun getting a nice 4-year deal. Young quarterback, going to be able to re-up.
And he'll only be 31. Yes. He'll only be 31 when it's time to talk turkey again. You know, so I think he's setting himself up for another payday.
Yep.
You know, like who knows what quarterbacks are going to be getting per year in 4 years.
Exactly. And I mean, almost is like with quarterbacks these days, 31 is like almost a second career. Like late stages of your career, and for him, what I want to see is I want to see his game because he will get older, so I want to see his game adapt to whatever it's gonna be. But I just want him to be able to stay on the field, stay healthy, and keep getting checks, baby. Yeah. Right.
I mean, if Houston isn't doing it for you, in 4 years, I would love to see him get on a better team. But hey, you won't have to worry about Bill O'Brien in 4 years. You know what I mean?
Hey, got him. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not even remotely a Texans fan. But Bill O'Brien's moves this offseason have just it's
baffled everybody, man.
Another quarterback gets paid not named Dak Prescott. So, you gotta be thinking this is just digging at him a little bit here and there.
I mean, it's got to be. Behind closed doors, it's got to be. I mean, Drew, pour one out for Dak, man. Like, another quarterback gets paid. What is his Drew right now? Like what is let me ask you, what is his worth right now? Put a number on it.
Dak Prescott?
Yeah, put a number on it.
Ooh. I mean, I think he's like just below the Patty Mahomes and the Deshaun Watsons in the world. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't. But then again, Deshaun Watson hadn't really won big games either. You know what I mean? So like, does he deserve the same that Watson got? I feel like they're on par with their numbers and what they've done in their career.
He definitely,
you know what I mean. So if I was Prescott, I'd want a deal like this.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think now the precedent has been set, so he can't. It either has to be the same, just below, or just above, and I don't think it's going to be just below. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to have to be.
Like I think he's got to take 37 mil.
And that's the number that I was thinking of, man. Like 37 a year sounds right to me for Dak Prescott. Right?
Right. I mean. Win a Super Bowl, and we'll talk about that.
They got to get there first, man. I mean, like, They got to get there, bro. So
I'm gonna laugh so hard if he gets them far in the playoffs this year and then walks away.
Yeah, that ain't happening. Dak, like, I think Jerry Jones would show up in that man's nightmares. Like, Jerry would do anything and everything. Like, he'd call his fellas at the CIA, all the stops, big money, deep pockets,
like,
baby.
Just all of a sudden, we don't see Dak anymore. We don't hear about him. Sports Center doesn't reference him. He just
like, he would get outed is what would happen to Dak. Like, with Jerry, I'm a little suspect, baby. I'm a little suspect.
Dak, take the deal. No matter what it is,
just sign on the line, man. Stay with us.
Well, keeping with the quarterback news, nothing but great things coming out of Bengals camp. Like, not that the Bengals would be like, "Oh, Burrow's worrying us." You know, he's the number one pick. They would never say that. You know that ain't coming out, even if it was going that way. From all reports coming out of Bengals camp is Burrow is very prepared. He knows the offense. He did his studying over the offseason, and he looks ready to go.
That's what's up. And, I mean, obviously, I don't think they would say anything differently, right? Like, if it was really going bad. But it's good to hear. Also good to hear that A.J. Green is supposed to be starting week 1. He's expected to start. So,
right, he hadn't gotten hurt in practice yet, so that's good.
Really, really excited to see what he can do. And honestly, like, I drafted A.J., but I am trying to trade him for Tom Brady. I mean, maybe you can help me out with that, Drew. Okay. You know, I just got a feeling. But anyway, I'm glad to see that for Joe Burrow, man. Like, hopefully he can come out the gates firing.
I think as far as rookie quarterbacks go, he's gonna have the best year. I mean, obviously that's a safe pick. He's the number 1 pick, the best.
He should have the best.
But I think he's going. I think he's going to do good things this year. I mean, it's still the Bengals. You know, they still need to put some more weapons around him, but he's got 2 great running backs.
Not only that, but like Tyler Boyd is no slouch, man. Like, he's got 2 great receiving weapons.
He's had to step up. You know?
And he's had to because
without A.J. Green the last few
without
years.
A.J. Green, and then of course without Tyler Eifert, I mean, you know, he can't get on the field either. So like Tyler Boyd has had to be the do it all. Him and Joe Mixon and Gio, and
they've done great things.
Like, but it's the team around them. So I'm very curious to see how it shakes out. But hopefully Joe balls out, man, and they can make things very interesting in the North. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, mix it up. Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems to be a theme of our housekeeping notes this week. Another quarterback news. Okay. Mucking it up, Mariota. Mucked it up. He's on the IR with an undisclosed injury.
What does that?
That's a little suspect that they're not talking about what he's hurt.
That's very crazy to me. And like, honestly, I hope that Drew. Honestly, like, if it was us, if we happened to bully that man with our muck it up snippet in our video, we're sorry. Hopefully we didn't get to you like that.
Breakdown from watching our clip.
Hopefully he didn't have a mental breakdown and like seems a little fragile. You know what I'm saying? Like, so hopefully it wasn't that. Undisclosed is suspect as hell to me. I mean, you said it, so
yeah. Like, people are quick to be like hamstring, groin, ankle. You know, but like undisclosed injury.
Yeah. I don't know. So. Little suspect, but
good.
I mean, I don't know. Mucking it up, Mariota is now his name forever. His name forever.
I hope that sticks. I'm making T-shirts.
Oh yeah,
we're making this happen.
Yeah, got to. I love it.
Well, we're done with all the previews and the predictions and all that. So now we can get to the meat and potatoes of what Nickel and Dime the show is. So
week 1, baby.
Here we go. Week 1, man. You ready?
Bro, no, I'm not ready. Because, like, I mean, we just alluded to it earlier, man. It's so crazy that, like, we're about to have... And I, like, honestly, at this point, do you even care if there's no fans? Like, I don't at all. Like,
no. I'll be at the house.
And it's fine. Like, I'll be at the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, watching football, real live, like pro football, I'm not saying anything about college, but it's like everybody out there ain't a pro, man. That's why I love the pro game, is because everybody is elite at their position for the rest of society, right? Like, there's only so many jobs to go around, and these dudes are it. So like, what you're getting is the best of the best of the best, and that's why I like the pro game. It's coming to you on Thursday, baby. Like, week 1, and what a great game! What a great game! Like,
what a great game to kick it off. Watson versus Mahomes. Let's do it.
And now let me be clear. I mean, I think we talked about it in our earlier episodes. Like, I'm a little down on the Texans, so I don't think that I don't think it's going to be close. But like, hopefully Watson can ball out, and hopefully you don't feel the pressure of that big new contract though either. You know.
Right. I hope we just get a crazy like 42-28. You know what I mean? I want to see some offense.
I think we all do. You know.
I know. I want to get in the defense later on, but this first game, just throw the ball, man. Run the ball. I'll run up that score, man. I want to see.
Give us
points.
everything that we have been missing in 2020. Like y'all got to make up for all of 2020 in this one game. Like I need you to do that.
All on your
it's
back
all
now.
on your back. You know what I mean? I'm excited though, man.
I
can't downplay it, man. Obviously, Sunday 4:25 p.m. Bucs and Saints. I'm ready to get the campaign started, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of.
I mean, y'all got a hell of a first game.
Hell of a first game, yeah. And it's a lot. That's what I love about week one is because the schedule makers really try to come out firing out the gate, and it's a lot of interesting matchups. Honestly, like that we're going to talk about here in a second. So I'm very excited about that, and I think we're probably going to give y'all some matchups that you may not be thinking that we're going to give you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot
I
of
definitely try to get try to pick some matchups to talk about that aren't like. Not the same ones you're going to get on ESPN or Fox on Sunday.
And then delving into it a little bit, too. You know what I mean? Like, from some angles that maybe not everyone is talking about, you know?
Well, what you got? What's your first matchup of the week that you're looking for?
Okay, let's get right into it, man.
Let's get into
the first matchup that I am very, very interested about is Dolphins and Pats, to be honest with you. Dolphins and Pats.
Yeah.
It's been 20 years, Drew. Like it's been 20 years of the first rollout of a different quarterback, a different system, a different style of play for New England, right? Like what does that look like? What is Belichick? What has he been in his bag with? You know what I mean? Like
he's cooked some
exactly.
He's
been him and Josh McDaniels all off season with Cam Newton, knowing that they have him now, and they got him maybe a little bit into the off season, but I don't think they'll have any problem putting together an offense for him.
I think he's picked it up.
Yeah. And all indications that are coming out of their training camp says that Cam's ready to go. I want to see what they're going to bring. And then they get an easy, quote unquote easy defense in Miami. Cam Newton might be a dark horse pick to put up some fantasy numbers in week one, man. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, but Miami always plays them tough. Even Division when they're having down years, they see New England across from them and they're ready to go.
Division game, man. I like it. And then on the downside of things, man, like, is it a train wreck? What are we going to get coming out of the gate from him? But not only that, but I want to see the progression of their offense over the course of the season. So what does their offense look like in week 6 when they really might be gelling? You know what I'm saying? Are they, are they toward the top? What are they doing? So I'm very interested by that. Honestly, like, speaking about Cam a little bit more, it's the Cam Newton comeback, bro. Like, he feels like he was jettisoned by the Panthers. You could speak to that. You know what I mean? Like, he is.
I wouldn't bet against him right now.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit before, but he's got a lot to prove, man. And like, if he balls, and this is the thing, so he feels like he was jettisoned from the Panthers, right? Like, I think he's pretty much kind of sort of made that known. But the thing is in that market though, Drew, if Cam balls, then they're going to be right amongst the coverage again. You know what I'm saying? The top of the coverage. They're going to be covering New England. Cam's balling out. So I'm going to be honest with y'all.
It's a great story.
It's a great story, yeah. So, like, if he starts balling, they're basically going to be covering them a lot. So I feel bad for the rest of the fans because, like, the Patriots going to be on your TV all the time.
They're like, again? Yeah. I thought we got rid of this.
Exactly. So.
Oh, man, I'd be so bummed if I was a Jets fan or a Miami fan.
Yeah. And then, so I guess we got to give something to the Dolphins, right? Like, we got to give something to the Dolphins. I'll say for them, as of right now, everybody's 0-0. So, like, the AFC East is wide open. Like, it's wide open. Yeah. If you're going to make a statement, how about make a statement right now? You know what I'm saying? Week 1 out the gate. Against the Patriots.
Have they said if Fitzmagic or if Tua's going to start?
Fitzmagic is starting. Yeah, Fitzmagic is starting. And then, like, I mean, he could shock on week 1 a la 2018 against the Saints. Like, my man.
Dude can drop 400 yards out of nowhere.
He can. So, I'm very curious to see if the Dolphins are up to snuff with that matchup. But that's my number one matchup, man. Drew, what you got for your first matchup, bro?
My first matchup, I got Arizona at San Fran.
Ooh, I like it. Let's talk about it.
Got the division game right off the bat. A lot of people are expecting a jump from Kyler Murray. Yep. He's got Hopkins now. I'm personally expecting big things from Hopkins. I think he's like he clung to Arizona immediately, and he was like, "This is where I'm at. I'm a Cardinal. Let's do this." And he's playing along one of the greats.
And still
very excited.
Larry Legend's still out there too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course. That's what I'm saying. Like at Hopkins, and you got Hopkins and Fitzgerald on two sides.
Yeah.
Like, how do you plan for that?
Yeah, and
you know
Christian
what I mean?
Kirk. That's a pretty deep receiving core. Yeah,
great
like
slot receiver. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if this San Fran defense is the best in the league, like a lot of people think it is, I think they're gonna have their hands full week 1.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
I'm
excited, man. I think the 49ers, you know, they're at the top of the NFC, but they got a lot of people gunning for them, so they got to prove.
Yeah.
They want to stake their claim as the best in the NFC. This is that statement game right out the gate.
It really is. It really is. And then, like, I mean, I don't think you could put it better than that because it's like coming out of the gate, it's a division game. So, like, regardless if your team is playing a division opponent week 1, it's an integral win for both squads because late in the year, that one win is basically worth 2 at this point, like in the season. You know what I'm saying? So, like, getting the division, not only are you getting the win, you're getting on the board early, but you're getting a division win, and that's why I say it counts for 2 as opposed to 1. It's just so important to really come out and establish your dominance on the division. Like, I mean, I think it can definitely be a mental thing looking at the division standings and seeing your name, your team at the top. Right, like I don't think you can understate that.
Oh so, yeah, even if it's 1-0 and everyone else is 0-1, it feels good.
And then like I want to see what the offense has, the Cliff Kingsbury offense, year 2 under Kyler Murray. I want to see what that happens. I want to see how San Fran's secondary holds up. The receivers are a little banged up. You know what I'm saying? I think Ayuk might have had a hamstring injury, a soft tissue, something like that. So like, what are they going to do there? They're going to have to lean on their running game. Very intriguing matchup, man, between them. I think San Fran's defense, like their front 7 comes out in balls, but like I want to see how the secondary holds up.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than some people are expecting.
I honestly do too, man. I'm gonna agree with you. I honestly do too because you have what should be a powerful offensive aerial attack in Arizona, and then like a potential weak spot in San Fran's secondary. So like, what do we get there? That might keep it closer than people think it should be. So yeah.
I think it's going to come down to can they protect Murray and give him time to pick apart that secondary.
Yeah, and he is.
If Bosa's running rampant, then who knows?
For sure. And then he is a runner too. Like he is a running dual threat quarterback. So like, if he can get out of the pocket and create, some things that other people can't, then maybe that bodes well for them sneaking out of there with a week 1. Yeah, so I like it.
Nice. What you got for your second matchup?
My second matchup is the Browns at the Ravens, man. Like, it's the Browns at the Ravens. And, I mean, starting with the Browns, right? Is this team...
You hate the Browns.
I know, but is this defense ready to ball and stop the league MVP? Like, can they do it? Can Myles Garrett do it? Like if he goes off, I think it creates a problem. They have to stop the rushing attack because that's what they're going to do to establish themselves, right? They want to run the ball, get you off kilter, throw it over your head, and then keep you off balance, off game. And if they can stop the rushing attack, I think it bodes well for them stopping the aerial attack. Like one bleeds into the other, in my opinion. So
that's what I'm intrigued most is what do the receivers on Baltimore step up this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what kind of year does Brown have?
Sneed.
Does another receiver step up and be that guy, or are they going to rely on Andrews?
Yeah, I think
to be their entire aerial game.
And that's a good compliment to start. Like I think having a tight end as dynamic as Andrew is only helps if you're right. If the rest of the receiving core can step up, because like when your tight end is your number 1, I don't think that bodes well for your offense as a whole.
Usually does.
Right. So the wide receivers have to complement or be better than that.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for him last year. I don't see it working 2 years in a row. Right, because
the tape's out there. You know what I'm saying? So
people know what you're going. And I don't picture Harbaugh as the type that's like run it again.
Run it back.
Come up with some. Yeah, I'm sure he's come up with some different looks, some different things, and I'm excited about that offense. One of the more exciting offenses in the league. Yeah. So I'm like you said, the Browns' defense is I think is a little underrated. I think they got some great players on there. Yeah. So I think they can stop Baltimore. But I don't think anyone can truly stop Baltimore, but we'll see if they can contain them.
Well, I think like with the horses that the Browns have on D, I think especially like in that front 7, you lose Christian Kirksey, but with Denzel Ward on the outside, talking about the receiving threat of Baltimore or the lack thereof. I honestly think that the Cleveland Browns have a good secondary, so like maybe that nullifies that. But the Baltimore Ravens want to rush the ball, so like if you can stop the run, it really helps you out to go a long way. The second point I wanted to make, talking about the Browns in the grand scheme of things, like in the season goal, I think we just talked about it. You want to, if you come out the gate right and you beat the Baltimore Ravens, the division champ, week 1, like, how easy does the next opponent seem? You know what I mean? Like, that's huge.
Right. We already beat our defending division champions.
That's huge for your season goal. Yeah, that's huge for your season goal. Your momentum.
And I think more than most teams, Cleveland relies on that confidence.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think some momentum and some feeling good about themselves can go a long way
for that team.
I mean, I think, I think Beckham and Mayfield both run on how they're feeling, how they're doing. Right. Do they got confidence?
It's almost like,
I think that's huge.
It's almost like on some NBA Jam type. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, he's heating up. Fire? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's heating up. Yeah. So if they heat up, then they're gonna get on fire. And like, especially the kind of momentum that OBJ can create. Like if he starts balling out, and then it's gonna be social, it's gonna be on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just gonna feed into him, and he could go off. Like so. Another, and
he's due.
He's very due. And that's Drew. Thank you for leading me into my third point, man. Like talking about him being due, it's another year in this offense for him, right? It's another year with this offense. Are they for real? Like Juice Landry.
He gets to play with his boy.
Juice Landry.
He wanted to play with
OBJ, Chubb. Like it should, and then Baker.
Kareem Hunt will be more of a factor.
Thank you. You said it. And he's the backup, right? So like he's a starter on.
Can you imagine Kareem Hunt's your backup?
Yeah, like he's a starter on over half the teams in the league, I would say. So and then like, you know what I mean? So is this Baltimore offense for real? Another year deep. I really need to see it, man. All right, so talking about the Ravens though, man, is like Drew, they just got rid of Earl Thomas. Right? They just got rid of Earl Thomas, putting it on Chuck Clark. Very good defense other than that, but like if you look at it on paper, bro, you just got rid of an all-pro. Right?
Right. And how does that mess up momentum, do you think? Like,
exactly.
If there's a troubled player, like maybe not getting along with everyone, and you get rid of him, does that bring you down, or does that give you a boost to like, oh, he's gone, I don't have to worry about
that? And is it addition by subtraction, basically? Like, we have yet to find out. So I guess that's my question is like, is this defense better without Earl Thomas? My second point about the Ravens, man, is can Lamar Jackson thrive, sustain, maintain, build on what he did last year? He was the league MVP. Can he do enough to, stack 2 years on top of that where he just is as absolutely lights out? It's gonna be hard for him.
I mean, it's hard to think about him having another gear. You know what I mean? Like him having another
That's
level.
why I say
it's there. I'm sure it's there, but that's still so scary to think about.
And that's why I say sustain and maintain, because even if he gives you what he gave you last year, I'm straight with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can get that production every year. Cool. Sign me up, bro. Like let's do it. So if he can sustain that or maintain that or build on that, there's a chance that he's even better. So I want to see if he can do that. And it starts week 1. It starts this week, baby. It starts this week, folks. It starts this week. Let's go.
Week 1.
Let's go. Who you got for next, man?
All right. My second matchup, Seattle at Atlanta.
I like the way you think, sir. I like the way you think. That's a very intriguing game, man.
Because I mean, I'm expecting big things of Seattle. You know what I mean? Like I got them going to the Super Bowl. You
do,
so
you do.
I think I'm expecting big things from Seattle. And to be honest with you, man, I have no idea what to expect from this Atlanta Falcons team.
I'm with you.
Like, are we gonna get 4-12, or are we gonna get 12-4? You know what I mean? Like I feel like they got the capability to do either one. I have zero idea what we're gonna get out of that stadium in Atlanta.
You're right. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know what to expect from Atlanta neither. They had some injuries. They had a lot of injuries coming in to last year. Really kind of derailed their season, and they salvaged at 7-9. I think both me and you don't see it for them this year, but like obviously there's a chance that they could prove us wrong. But like with their defense, the way that it's looking, and then like that's
always been their problem. You know what I mean? They never had the defense. You know what I mean? Like even in the Super Bowl, you know, I mean, I hate to beat the dead horse, but that blowing that lead, you know what I mean? That had to be
gut wrenching.
I mean, yeah, they didn't pace the game. You know, they wanted Matt Ryan to throw the ball instead of running the ball, and that was a huge. I mean, obviously everyone knows that.
And it's been all downhill.
That defense still let up those numbers.
It's been all downhill since I mean, like, downhill I'll say, but like they've been mediocre, you know, since then, and they can't get back. They're built offensively. They got, like we talked about it before, but I don't think it bodes well that you have a long developing route system with your offensive scheme, and you don't have a great offensive line. So like, I don't really see it for them. I hope they can get it done. The reemergence of Ty Gurley, or lack thereof. Let's see what we got from him.
I'm pulling for Gurley because I liked him in college. I was a big fan of his in college. I liked what he did with the Rams, but I don't know how much threads left on those.
Were you ever fortunate enough to have Ty Gurley in fantasy, man?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
I had him one of the years he balled out.
Golly, man. I lost the championship because of Ty Gurley. Like, oh yeah, I lost. Like, he was not on my team. Obviously, I was facing him, and like, I want to say it was the game that after he balled out, he basically went on Twitter and was like, "You're welcome, fantasy owners." You know what I'm saying? Like, you're welcome.
Yeah, I remember that. He was very interactive with the player, the people that had him on fantasy that year, and I appreciate it. Yeah.
So, I want to see how that turns out, but I really don't feel it for this defense. And then, like, I think Russell Wilson was both of our MVP candidates. So, like, it starts here.
So, I mean, you got to start out strong.
It starts here, yes, sir.
You know what I mean, like, I'm expecting huge things from DK Metcalf too. I think he's gonna make that leap this year.
Talk about it.
How do you stop him and Lockett?
Talk about it.
A very underrated 1-2 punch at receiver with Seattle, man. And I'm excited. I think Carson has a rebound year. I just think this is gonna be if Atlanta's somewhat of the team that they can be, this is gonna be a good game.
Well, and I want to say that it is a contract year for Carson too, or something maybe about his fifth year option. Yeah, so like, he's got a lot of ante on the table to put himself in position to make a nice payday. So he needs to do it this year. And he's got the offense to do it. Especially, we were just talking about like Atlanta not being a good defense. Now is the time to like put that on tape, bro. Like, put it on tape. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get it out there. Not to foreshadow something that we have coming a little bit later, but really like DK Metcalf in this game. Tyler Lockett, very underrated. So like, Russell Wilson, honestly,
Lockett just puts up numbers, know what I want to. He don't care about the flash. He don't care about if anyone's paying attention to him. He just puts up numbers.
And Lockett is good for an unbelievable catch a game. Like, it almost seems like, right? I do want to say that Russell Wilson in this game, though, I could see him having a lot of rush yards when the play breaks down or something like that. If it does, I can see him have a lot of rush yards. So I like it.
I look for that.
Yes,
too.
sir.
Well, cool,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Well, we got a new segment for you guys. Kind of blending our love of the game with some fantasy numbers. We're going to bring you a segment we like to call Man Crush Sundays.
Man Crush Sundays. I like it.
We're going to highlight a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end every week that we not only going to think is going to do great in the games, but also going to put up those fantasy numbers for you. Shawnee, what you got? We'll save the sweethearts for last. What you got as your tight end man crush?
So my tight end, right? So my tight end pick for this week, man, is somebody who honestly should probably be everybody's tight end man crush of the week, but it's George Kittle.
Okay, I mean,
I don't think you can get
the hairdo.
Exactly.
He's got the numbers.
So for as much, and the reason why I say that is because for as much volume as Kittle normally gets, plus the need to justify that big ass contract, right? Like, I mean, his matchup is nice and juicy this week. Coming out the gate versus Arizona. Do they have the hybrid players to be able to cover George Kittle? I don't think they do. Are you going to cover him with a corner?
Nah.
Actually, they'll probably, you know what they'll wind up doing? They'll probably wind up covering him with Buda Baker, to be honest with you, on a lot of plays. Okay. And I do love guy, Buda, but I think George Kittle eats this week, man. So that's why he's my man crush of the week. I love it. Right. I love it. Let's go.
Okay. Well, so sorry, buddy. I got Darren Waller.
Ooh.
Las Vegas going against Carolina.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry.
I know. Cover it up, man. Cover it up. It hurts.
I know, man. I'm so sorry. But no, I think he just hit the surface of what he's capable of doing last year. They still don't have a lot of other receiving options. I think Derek Carr, or whichever Carr. Is it Derek Carr?
It's Derek Carr. David's the one with the good hair.
David with the good hair. But no, I think Mr. Carr looks for him quite a bit, and unfortunately, still a lot of questions in the Carolina secondary. Yep. Like you said, I truly don't know who's going to cover him. So
yeah, that's a good one.
I think Waller's going to have a good week, and he's on my team, so I'm hoping at the same time.
Look at you with the self promotion. I like it. So which spot you want to do next, bro? Which spot you want to do next?
Let's go wide receiver.
Okay, all right, cool.
Who's your wide receiver man crush?
I think we alluded to it earlier. You know what I'm saying? This is a nice man crush, you know what I'm saying? I can see a lot of people crushing on this man, but it's DK Metcalf, baby. I'm saying, like,
and his negative 5%.
I mean, just shirt off, just glazing all the machismo, you know what I'm saying? But like, listen, I mean,
killing it.
The reason why I say DK Metcalf is because you have Russell Wilson, a lot of people's dark horse, or maybe not a dark horse, but maybe favorite for MVP. And you have DK Metcalf, a solid number one receiver, going against a rookie cornerback in AJ Terrell out of Clemson, who I do like, but he's going against DK.
Still the first game out the Imagine those nerves, right, man. Like, I know you're a big college player and you played in the stadiums in front of the fans, but this is the league.
It's the league.
It's the NFL. Yeah. That first game jitters has to be real, man.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like, either they're going to cover him with AJ Terrell, or they're going to cover him with Isaiah Oliver, another young guy. And that's their top two corners that they're going with, because they lost you fine, remember, right? So they're going to cover him, and, like, what are you supposed to do? And then the other one's got to cover Tyler Lockett. So, like, it's going to be a lot of opportunity. I think DK eats the most out of those two guys. But, like, honestly, I'm crushing a little bit on Tyler Lockett this week, baby.
I was about to say they both are probably going to have 100 yards.
I'm saying, so you might want to get him on your squad. Drew, who you got, man?
Right. All right, I got Adam Thielen.
Okay.
Minnesota.
All right.
They're at home against Green Bay. Rivalry game. He was hurt most of last year. I think this man
primed,
feeds on competition, doesn't have Diggs beside him, so I think there's going to be more targets for him. I think Jefferson will do enough so that they can't double him up every down.
That's a good point, Drew.
I think Cousins is going to look at Thielen early and often, and dude's going to go.
Drew with that fire, bro. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's a good take, bro. That's a good take, man. I honestly, I can't say it any better, man. Like, You made me want to run through a wall on that one, man. I'm seeing Thielen about to get off. Like, let's go, baby. Yeah, like, man. I like it, man. So
I love that guy with his yellow cleats and his gloves.
And I mean, honestly, man, I think you hit the nail on the head, man, because, like, Thielen, it's his show now. Like, and not only that, but like the story of Thielen, right? Like, it's his time. They got rid of Diggs. Yeah. It's his wide receiving core. He got a rookie that he's got to show the ropes. Against Green Bay, like, what better place to make a statement? You know what I'm saying? Like, and Cousins is he's a very chemistry laden quarterback, right? So, like, that's his number one guy. That's who he wants to go to. And you're right, he's going to go to him early and often. Great take, bro. I was about to curse on the small. But my running back, man, honestly, we talked about it earlier, and I wanted to. I kind of copped out a little bit, but I'm going to say the Indianapolis running backs, Drew. I'm going to say the Indianapolis running backs. So I don't know if it's going to be Marlon Mack or if they're going to, or what kind of split they're going to have with our boy John Taylor. But I mean, they're going against the Jags defense week 1, man, with an offense that nobody has seen at this point, right? So, like, they're going to run the ball, and they're going to be good at it.
I love that we're both crushing on Jonathan Taylor like we're little 13-year-old girls in this.
I got heart eye emojis all in my phone for that man. Let's go.
Love it. Yeah. Man. I think he's gonna have a great year too, man. I am excited about that core because I want to see who they throw out. You know what I mean? I want to see if they're handing the reins over to this kid day one, or if Mac's gonna be the majority of the first game and they slowly work him in. I'm truly intrigued to see how they handle that situation.
Definitely. And like what kind of split, like you said, what kind of split do they have coming out the gate? Is it going to be a matchup based approach? You know what I'm saying? Like how do they figure that whole thing out? I can definitely, like, we know John Taylor, especially when it gets late in the season, a little colder weather, John Taylor is going to be the battering ram that offense needs. But like, how much do they give him right out the gate? Like, I mean, is his plate big enough to handle all that?
Mac earned that opportunity still. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, he had a great year last year.
Yeah. So you can't deny that.
They got to give him his carries
exactly.
too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, last but not least, Drew, let's kick it back to you, man. Who you got for? Oh no, did you do your running back yet?
Nah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's do running back.
At my running back, I got Alvin Kamara.
Oh, okay, Drew.
How many times? I know that's not what you're trying to hear.
Trying to hear that,
how
bro.
many times do you hear about a player borderline holding out, coming back to the team, and then going off? Like, I think we hear that story too many times, and Alvin Kamara is healthy, and he's excited, and he's about to get paid. I'm not saying the Saints win because of this, but I think Kamara goes
against
off.
that number one rush defense in 2019 still?
I still think so, man. I think Kamara's going to jump out of the stadium, man. I think he's going to be so hyped. I think that dude's going to take twice the pre-workouts and just run through people.
All I know is that if it don't happen, I'm coming on this show talking cash crap to you, sir.
I'm ready for it.
I'm talking cash crap, baby.
Know that?
Number one defense.
You think I didn't know that when I picked my running
back?
back?
Yeah, you know, a little saucy pick. I see you, but I'm coming. I'm coming back, man. You know.
Hey, I gave it to myself, too. I picked Waller. You
did.
Know, I think my team's going to
you got to be true.
So I'm dishing it out and taking it.
You got to be true.
And taking it.
So all I'm saying is, eye on you, sir. Next week, come after week one.
You.
My quarterback that I got.
Yeah, you got tossing the pigskin.
Yeah. So my quarterback, man crush. It kind of makes me feel a little yucky, to be honest with you, but it's Ben Roethlisberger though, man. Like,
ooh,
it's Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah,
ooh.
I like
catching him in a college bathroom.
You know what I mean? I hope I'm not too drunk there, but Ben Roethlisberger is my quarterback. And you know what it is like, honestly, like speaking about on the field play, man, he about to carve New York's ass up. Like, he is about to carve that secondary up, man. They weren't good last year. Yeah,
and he's been itching to get back on the field. Like, if dude didn't love still playing football, he would have retired already.
Year off.
Like, you could tell, just everyone cut to him last year, just sitting on the sidelines, and he looked bored. I think the man was just mad he couldn't play football.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you could tell, and I think he has a chip on his shoulder, and maybe for him, he needed that chip on his shoulder in order to kind of get back to the level
that he was coasting there, wasn't
he seemed like he was coasting, you know what I'm saying? So like, he needed something to light a fire under him. But like, what better of a warm up than this Giants defense that allowed 100+ passer rating in 2019, right? Like, for your first game to come back out that quarterback, I mean, he gonna light their ass up.
They did. I mean, I'm excited to see how quickly Logan Ryan can get into that second game. Yeah. Like, get integrated. Yeah. You know, because in the AFC, he's faced him a couple times.
Yeah.
You know
Minka, my man. I love Minka Fitz, man. That's my dude, bro. Okay. I love Minka Fitz for the Steelers. But who you got, man? Who you got at quarterback?
It's the Rivers regime in Indianapolis. I got Philip Rivers.
We got two stalwart quarterbacks.
You talk about feeling gross. I feel super gross. I hate Philip Rivers with a passion.
That's your man from NC State.
That doesn't mean
man.
I can't be sensible and admit he's going to probably go off against Jacksonville.
Yeah, he probably is.
He's got some weapons now that he didn't. Like, I mean, he had some good receivers in San Diego and LA, but you know, like, I think he's going to have some spark. No one's talking about him. You know what I mean? And I think Philip doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to come out guns a-blazing week one against very terrible.
I would not be surprised if that happens. Just to, like, because you know, like, with a Phillip Rivers chip on his shoulder, like, you know, he gonna want to talk. You know what I'm saying? So like, he gonna come out, he gonna want to prove everybody wrong. Yeah,
that cuss free trash.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I think that hurts more, man. I think that hurts more.
It does, because you know they gotta think about it.
Just cuss at
it. Yeah, they gotta think about it.
Just throw me. Just throw me some curse words. I'll be like, all right, whatever. But you dig down deep and keep it clean. Ouch.
Yeah. It might throw you off a little bit. That's what I think it hurts more because you just expect the curse words, right? You know what I mean?
Like, did a grown man?
Yeah,
just
and
tell
then
me
if
to
they actually get you with a non-curse word, you like, and then like you might go home, you have to look it up. You know what I mean? It hits you later.
Like, what did he just call me?
It's one of those scenarios that like you'll be there a day later and be like, God, I just got what I should have said to him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because I mean, the definitely's got to hurt the comeback game. You know what I mean?
Have your whole self-esteem
like you're used
busted.
to all this language laden trash talk, and then wholesome comes at you, and you're like, well, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next up, we got a fun little segment where I like to call "Stepping Up with Sudsy." Just giving free reins to Suds here. Who's your three guys that need to step it up?
So being that it is week 1, I mean every week is a must step up for somebody, and I think that's going to change over the course of the season depending on your matchup, what's been going on with your team, everything like that. But this very week 1, the 3 people who need to step up, honestly, I don't think it should be a surprise. My very first step up candidate, Mitch Trubisky, man. Like Mitch Trubisky has to step up, right? Yes. They got Nick Foles in there, man. Like you think they brought him in there, a Super Bowl, took over a team and won a Super Bowl. Like you think that they not counting down for you to mess up? You know what I'm saying? Like Mitchell Trubisky's got to step up.
I want to be excited about having this helmet behind me, and I can't. I
think a lot of
he's repping UNC hard, and he is not who we want representing that team.
I think a lot of UNC fans feel that way, man. But like they got Nick Foles in there waiting to yank you if you screw it up, man. So like week 1, you got to prove it, man. Like you got to get out the gate and like do what they drafted you to do. They gave up a lot of picks and came up for you, man. Now it's the time to justify, man. It's got to happen now.
Did you see that meme going around the internet?
I don't know if he does it.
Pat Mahomes is sending all the Bears executive Super Bowl rings for not drafting him.
Did not see that, but that's that cuts deep. That cuts deep, man.
Yeah.
Now my second step up candidate, it's the Washington running backs. Like they've got to step it up. Like you get rid of Adrian Peterson. Unfortunately, you don't have Darius Geis anymore, who's not so nice. Right, yeah, basically, exactly. Like, he did it to himself, man. So, like, Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, Peyton Barber from the Bucs. Like, I know what you're getting from him. I mean, John Everyman, like, get somebody off the street. Like, who is going to be your number one runner?
There have been a lot of reports that Gibson ran Peterson out of Washington, so...
Ooh, we'll see. Glad I picked him up on my fantasy squad. Hey,
could be big things. Rivera loves to run the ball, so...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
he could
that's my second step up candidate. Yeah. Okay. So I want to see how that shakes out. Because that's a whole, part of your offense is rushing the ball. And like you just said, he loves to run the ball. So like, who is it? Who is that guy? And if you can rush the ball successfully, I think it bodes well for a young Dwayne Haskins taking the pressure off of him. You know what I mean? So let's get it done. Getting right into my third candidate for stepping up in week 1. It's gotta be Drew Lock, man. It's gotta be Drew Lock, the quarterback from Denver. It's time to prove it. Like again, it's time to prove it. John Elway has said that you're his guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
John Elway has deemed him the chosen
whipped.
One.
Right. He's whiffed on a couple quarterback decisions before, man. So
man, Trevor Siemian did fine.
I mean, he mediocre at best. You know what I mean? Like mediocre at best.
Come on.
Oh man, I mean, I was hoping he was wasn't. He was garbage. But they get a good defense out the gate, man. Like, so it's not only that, but like it's a good defense out the gate. It's a late primetime game, right? They won the last 4 of 5 in 2019. So like, are you ready to take the next step? Like, are you ready to take the next step? So Drew Lock, are you going to step it up, man? We're going to see week 1. We're going to see what you got, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for those step-up candidates. Real quick,
do what I can, man.
Real quick, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I didn't tell Sean to prepare for this because I wanted to get his general reaction. Give me Suds' locks. What's your guarantee victory? Who's guaranteed a victory this week 1 team? I'll give you my guarantee. I got my guarantee locked and loaded. I guarantee Dallas beats LA.
Okay. All right. And that's not one that's not an easy pick. So, like, if you're going with a not easy, that's not an easy one to call because the Rams could come out, Sean McVay offense. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So I am going to go, I'm going to say the Packers beat the Vikings, man. Ooh. That's a lot. I'm going to say the Packers beat the Vikings. Okay. Nah, I just see it for them. Like, I don't know. That year two and that Aaron Rodgers chip on his shoulder with this offense, man, like getting Jordan Love in there, I think he gonna want to go off, man. And that running game, Aaron Jones, 16 TDs last year. I mean, I'm ready to see it. I think that's really gonna be one that people look back on and are like, yeah, we probably should have seen that coming.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers loves to go off against the Vikings. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I
division
think,
rival. Yeah,
I agree with you on that. I think the Green Bay does beat Minnesota. All right, looking at the schedule, who's guaranteed to lose this week?
Guaranteed to lose. I mean, is it really a surprise, man? I honestly say the Jags, man. Like, Jags guaranteed to lose, man. Okay. They've had so much happen to them, man. It's just like, I mean, honestly, I thought the Bears were going to be the whipping boys this offseason, but the Jags Jags pulled the Jags. Yeah, the Jags pulled the Jags and did a Jag. So there are the whipping boys again, man. Don't you go jagging. But, I mean, the same, man. Duval, what y'all doing down there, bro? I can't call it, so I don't know. Who you got? Who you think going guaranteed to lose this week?
My guaranteed to lose, and I'm sorry, because this fan base is already takes a beating. But the Jets, you can't think they beat the Bills week one.
Nah, Bills about to come out and ball, man. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. We just talked about your boy Thielen, right? Like Stephon Diggs on the Bills now. You know he got to come out and prove it too, man. So like I want to see how he integrates into the offense. Oh, didn't talk about Trey White just getting his deal. Ooh, so he gotta prove it. Yeah, he gotta prove it too. Top corner in the league. So.
What's it like having a team that pays for defensive players? That's what I want to know. I don't know what that feels like.
Drew with the nut shot. Yeah.
Pay some players, man. You got a new owner. You got money. Pay some players. I know you paid Christian McCaffrey. You brought in Teddy Bridgewater. Pay some players.
You heard it first, man.
Don't let our veterans walk. Come on. Get better jerseys.
What is up with them? Like, talk about it.
Tired of
but what is up with them letting vets go like that, man? Like, it's just
that's always been the MO, man. I don't know. Like, ruthless.
You figured that they would correct the history after a while, man, but they just hadn't done it. So
it started off with Steve Smith. You know what I mean? And he was the first one, to where fans believed he needed to go in order for Cam to get control of the locker room. You know what I mean?
And that's some team stuff too, man. That's some team stuff. I don't like that, man. And you're right, they did that to them. Yeah.
Right. So I mean that needs to work its way out. You know what I mean? If your star quarterback can't be the voice over a veteran receiver, then maybe he's not the star quarterback, you know? So I think I think that could have toughened up Cam a little bit emotionally, but instead we got rid of the bully. You know, so and then
and
Greg Olsen just hurt, man. You know what I mean? Like, let that man... Is it really going to hurt you to keep him another year? He's obviously going to retire after this year. Let him retire.
Right, and I think...
He's done so much.
They should have seen that coming.
Let him retire, Panther.
They should have seen that coming, man. I mean, I don't think... especially what Greg was giving you. Well, I kind of didn't, but, like, especially from the outside looking in, right? But, like, I think Greg Olsen could have gave you another year. A better year than Jason Witten gave you in Dallas. For sure. Yeah, like, for sure. Greg, he
could have put up 600 yards. Few touchdowns.
Easy.
That would have been
in that offense, like for what he does for that offense. Yeah, I think he could have gave you that. So unceremonious, bro.
Teach the kid one more time. Man. Like Thomas, I'm hoping big things from Thomas this year, but he definitely could have taken another year from Greg Olsen. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna see this year how it shook out, man. If he was ready or not. So we'll see what happens. So I don't know.
I feel pretty good about this episode, man. How you feel?
I feel pretty good, man. Week one, getting into it. I do want to. Got some segments out there. Before we definitely want to take some time to get you guys involved. What we want to do is everybody's got their take on their team, and we're going to try to do what is called, we're going to call it Nickel and Dime's Your Team Update. So what we want y'all to do is send us in any medium, any platform, Twitter, IG, Facebook, whatever you got. You have a team out there. after week 1, we want you to watch the game. Tell us what you think your team needs to do, whatever it may be, to win the next game. So what do you think they need to do? It could be anything. Like, what do they need to do in order to get that dub the next week in week 2, man? So we'd love to hear from y'all, man. We'd love to hear from y'all.
Please send it to us. Well, before we get out of here real quick, man, I got one last segment I want to debut tonight. I want this to become a thing too. Stump Sudsy.
All right, what you got, man?
Stump Sudsy.
Oh, yeah. I like it. I like it.
I even week 1 I made it about the Bucs just for you.
Okay. All right. Little insight there. Little insight. All right. So what you got, man? What you got?
Just bear with me. It starts off rough.
Put on my thinking cap.
Don't hate me.
All right.
Tampa Bay holds the record for longest losing streak in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
They went 0-26 over their first 2 seasons.
Yes.
What team did they beat to end that streak?
Who did they beat?
I got multiple. You want multiple choice, or you just want to outright try it?
We'll go outright try first. We'll go
okay.
outright try first. So I'm trying to think of who was in that division. I want to say, is it the Minnesota Vikings?
Ooh, no. I tried to lean into the season. It's the New Orleans Saints.
Oh,
yeah, I knew you
wow! Did not see that coming. Nice.
Yeah.
No, I did not see that coming. See that coming because I was thinking because I know the Bucs were in the NFC Central division, with Green Bay and all, and for the longest time.
Yeah, how you gonna have?
But yeah, right.
Central.
Right, that was weird. And so I definitely think they did the NFL a solid with the week, like the new alignments of the divisions and stuff like that, man. So they're a Southern team that should be in the South. But
they make sense now.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd
bring it in full circle, Drew. I like it.
You can't take them away from Washington and Philadelphia.
Nah, I think that division is sewn up, and it doesn't even matter geographically. It's just like Redskin. Oh, excuse me. I need to put one in. I need to put one in the square jar.
Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Flag on the play.
God, what's the penalty, man? What's the penalty? Or what's the punishment? Yeah,
5 yards on the offense.
I guess when you got to chalk
sensitivity
up,
training coming.
but you got to give it up, man. I mean, like Washington, Dallas, Eagles, Giants. I mean, they're all integral to the NFL. You cannot switch. Just the rivalries alone, man. You have to have them in a division together, and it'll never change. So
no, you got to. Yeah,
right.
I don't know what to do without. I don't even care about that division, but I don't know what I would do if it wasn't. Who's going to be worse this year? Washington, Dallas, or Philly, or New York?
And then, even the trash talk within the division, though, because, honestly, I really think that the fans within that division don't even care about what outside teams think about them. They just don't want to hear from the other 3 teams' fan bases, right?
Exactly.
That's all it is.
You can't split up. That's as deep as the Chiefs, Oakland, and Denver. You know what I mean? You can't split up those teams now either. So
yeah, you really can't, man. So and now I think that AFC West is going to get pretty. I mean, honestly, talking about how good the divisions are, man. They really did a good job because there's a lot of hate within a lot of these divisions and a lot of competitiveness within a lot of these divisions too, man.
Just think how relatively new the NFC South is, and we all hate each other. So. It's fun.
Yes, and the hate is real on that, man, too, because, we talked about it before, but I don't want y'all to have anything nice. So just keep it going, man.
Are we in the toughest division this year?
I always think we're in the toughest division. I mean, just because you do have that Atlanta offense, you have the New Orleans offense, you have typically a Carolina defense, and you don't know what you're going to get from the Bucs. You don't know what you're going to get from the Bucs. But the last couple of years, it's been an amazing offense, but they haven't been able to do it on defense. So the competitive juices, the parity within the NFC South is honestly, in my opinion, is unmatched. Fight me, you know what I'm saying?
I think
that's what I'm gonna say.
The AFC North comes close, but. I'll give it to the NFC South for sure.
Yeah. So
especially if your Browns are going to be as good as you think they are.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, man, or else I'm going to look like an ass on our show if they are not.
Or a Browns fan?
A Browns fan, yeah. I'll look like a Browns fan and a Bucs fan. I mean, can't get rid of that. So, I don't know, man. What we got for next week? Obviously, we got the same segments, but it's week 2.
Yeah, week 2. We'll actually have hopefully watched some football, and we can talk about it. Cause,
oh my God,
I don't even know if I remember how to watch football, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I want the practice though. I want the practice.
No doubt. I'm definitely gonna see. I think it's gonna be like riding a bike. I think it's gonna pick up and just keep on going.
Yeah, sounds good.
Where can they send you some stuff if they want to talk that trash?
If they want to talk to me, it is at the Kid Suds on Twitter. You can find us also at nickel_dime football on IG. We want to talk to you, man, and we'll be posting that content, injuries, updates, contracts, anything and everything we can get our hands on, man. And it's for y'all, it's for us, because it's basically sustains us. This is what I love to do. Man. So like it ain't nothing.
Y'all can watch it if you want to. I mean, please watch. But we having fun. Right.
Exactly. Drew, what you got, man? Where you at?
Hit me up on Instagram at Laugh with Harrison. I'm on Twitter too, Harrison_comedy. You can find all this and plenty more at DrewHarrisonComedy.com. Catch up on all the past episodes. Check us out on SoundCloud. Put us in on the way to work.
Yes.
You know, Thursday, man. It's football. Let's do this.
Yep. Check us out on SoundCloud, man. Drew said it best. You got anything else, man?
Nah, man. I'm about to go get my snacks ready for Sunday.
Oh, let's do it.
Snacks Harrison. Go. I'm the real Snacks Harrison.
You should be. I mean, like, he ain't really doing anything now. Just take over the nickname. Just make sure he ain't got a copyright and you good.
Please don't come find me, though.
Nah, don't do that. Big dude. Don't do that. I got you. All right, we out.